Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy P Funk thinking right out here in my lab. In the book, I'm about to wrap it up with the last question. And this question is, what is karma? Yeah. We all have our opinion and definition about karma. So if you had 10 scholars, you ask 10 scholars the same question, you all get 10 philosophical different answers, but they all would be right. So let's go with the concept. I got my own, but I'm going to use the books, interject mine when I can. So let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You moving on through. That's what I do. But it's rhetorical. And if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not that they know not, is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know, especially asleep, I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself, and to Maya be true. Speaking of my girl, you see this right here? That's the picture of justice. That's the picture of reciprocity, order, discipline. Okay? All the things that's divine is what Maya represents. Let's talk about the question is, what is karma? What and who is karma? I'm breaking it down for you. Let's go. I am, and everybody have a vaguely familiar, everybody's vaguely familiar with the philosophy, but I am a little confused as to the degree to which the events in one's life are predetermined. That part I got an issue with. Why? Because I know we get a fresh brain. It ain't already wired. It's fresh to go out the box. Okay, so the predetermined, I'm with that one concept. But if life is predetermined, then what roles does free will play? Okay, that's the paradox right there. So sometimes you gotta understand. I'm with that one because if it's already pre-planned, ain't no sense to me doing it. That's what I said. Life is like winding stairs. You gotta be vigilant to go up and be on guard to what's around the bend. Keep your shot. So if you see straight ahead, you can see, oh, I gotta go right there. No, it ain't that easy. So that's another concept, and I like that concept, so to speak. But let's talk about karma. Karma, again, from 10 different people, you're gonna get 10 philosophical perspectives, and they're all gonna be on point and they're gonna be right. Why? Because you got your own perspective. Again, karma is a concept, and we all have them, which can be simply translated or misunderstood to mean, first of all, cause and effect. You reap what you sow. Whatever dynamic you put to it, and everybody have their way, philosophy, philosophical concept, that's what they're saying. But it is a belief that the events one experiences in this lifetime were determined by actions set forth in previous lifetimes. Your choice. Again, a belief don't mean it's in stone. Belief means we believe this. We don't know this, but we can't say it for sure, but we believe this. And on that note, I can go with that. So I ain't hell bent on certain things that they haven't believed about. Why? They believe that the spirit came back to the body. That was wrong. See? When you got concepts, they can change. Why? If they're wrong, just change it. Simple. If it's based on what you thought, you find out what you thought wasn't what you thought, that means the concept got to change. That's all. That's it. I ain't hell bent on no philosophical point of view. Why? Until I know for sure that this what it is. Okay, now I'm good. But all that, I don't do according to belief. I don't do none of that nonsense. Simple as that. Okay, moving on. That's what wisdom brings on. From your experience, I can make a better decision based on my experience and what I know. I can speak from that. Moving on. That's what teachers do. Is a belief that the events, and I don't subscribe to that theory that it leads up to previous lifetime. See, it's hard when you look at it from a perspective of now and then, but it is closely equated to a principle that espoused in the golden rule, which is what? In other words, these are laws that we take from God, that we handed down. Okay, we got the 7 Hermetic principles. And the first one is all is mental. The mind, the universe is all mental. God, spirit, and awareness, all mental. Again, in other words, what you do to others will be done unto you. That's karma. I can tell you, karma is God's hitman. God don't waste his time with petty individual people. Why? He got karma for that. That's the law that he instituted, for that purpose, okay? Remember when Tony Montana and Frank said, he said, I'm not going to kill you, Frank. He said, oh, thank you, Tony, thank you. He said, Tony, take care of that piece of crap. He said, I ain't wasting my time. I got people to do that. That's the concept with karma. God ain't got that ain't his handiwork. He got somebody for that. He have every aspect of your character, every aspect of your thoughts. He have everything already laid out. Why? He know all. He has all. That's why. But philosophically, and watch this, what you do is going to be done unto you. Again, if you do good things, that means what? Good things will be done unto you. And it's letting you know, it ain't a negative thing. It go both ways. If you do good things will happen. You do bad things, expect bad things to happen. And a lot of us have done bad things, so we look for bad things to happen, knowing that philosophy. But when you get past that, you start making good things. What you do, I made a way of life. Oh, you perfect. All of a sudden you do it. No, I just made doing the right thing a major part of my life, or just doing what's right. Don't make a difference how I feel. No, just do what's right. And you will benefit. That's what I'm talking about. Why? Karma don't care. Karma don't give a damn about your position, your station. None of that means nothing. So I would advise you to beware. Or watch this. Everything you done will be done unto you. Or more especially, what you do to yourself. Remember, the ego, hieroglyph for the ego, is a man with a hatchet to his head. That means self-destructive. Ignorance leads to self-destruction. Okay? Intellect leads to wisdom and knowledge. You will also be done. It will be done unto you. Whatever you do, be done to you. And that's not a problem if you're doing the right thing. Now, if you're doing the wrong thing, you're going to have some issues with that. That's on you. That ain't got to do with me. I've had my share. I paid my time. Moving on. When you do wrong, you got to suffer the consequences. There's a price to pay. Yeah. But belief in karma. Encourage what? Maya. What's Maya? Ethical behavior. Holding yourself accountable. In order for one to receive what? Their reward. If you're doing ethical, moral behavior, righteous and virtuous actions in your daily life, it tells you you will receive a reward in the next life. Oh, whoa. Back it up. See, you hear it, then you just take it and run with it. If you live right in this life, that guarantees you a spot where? In the afterlife. Y'all, we so hell-bent on this life that we think this is it. No, they knew that eternity came after this physical life is over for the spirit and the consciousness. They knew that. We the only ones who ain't figured that out yet. We like this. We love material. If it's material, it's man. That's the devil, lowest level. If it's spiritual, it's righteous, that's of God. We love man. We have Spirit being, having human experience. We love the human part about why? Because it gives us physical satisfaction, the five senses, it keeps the body excited, all that good stuff. But it don't apply nothing to the higher self. That's the lower self being satisfied. Heaven is when the spiritual and the mind is satisfied. In recent years, I have come to realize what? That there exists, you ready? A great affinity between principles of karma and the now valid netter maya. I've been telling you that for the longest. I've been trying to explain that to you for the longest. I practice maya. I know what that represents. And karma is the residual of what? Your actions. If they're good, you're rewarded. If they're bad, you'll be dealt with accordingly. Most of the time, harshly. Maya represents principles, like right thing philosophy is based on principles and righteousness, truth, justice, order, reciprocity, etc. Those are the qualities that I stand on. That's what I put into effect to practice and master. When you do that, you can pass what they call the 42 emanations of Maya, which is right there on my wall. When I first put that thing up over 20 years ago, I got maybe 5 out of the 42. And that's being generous. It was bad. Now I read through them, all 42. When you do that, you know yourself too. That's how it's done. But it also refers to what we call declarations of innocence. I have not. I have not. I have not. These aren't commandments. These are declarations that what you have not done. Where the determinants against which the soul of the deceased was judged by. How Mayat did you live? We got 42 questions. And if that heart can't stand the test, bye-bye. But it was this ancient belief system, what's this? Mystery system in the judgment of the soul after death, that what motivated the living to what? Behave righteously by applying the principles, precepts of Mayat in their daily life. I can attest to that one. For the last 20 years, that's what I have been doing. And I'm laughing, I'm giggling. Why? I had no idea that it would lead me here, but I know I started out, I wanted to be better than I was. When I started out, I wasn't even close. So yeah, I made that progress personal. I made it personal. Whatever is you, it should be personal. Anything self is personal, all right? But the issues of predetermination becomes more clearly understood when one knows what? That the events which one experiences are the direct result of circumstances that set in motion by one's thoughts and actions. The world was created from a thought, uttered into action. Heka, where's the power? Commanding things, putting them into existence. We had the same power. That's the image in which God we created, not in looks. I'm like my damn dad. He's a man. He ain't God. Okay, I know that. But in spirit, we all are God and God is. But when conscious, you need to put that with the heart, have a heart, mind coherence, make that marriage, and what? Become one with yourself. Know who the hell you are. A lot of us go through life never doing that. But still live, still have fun, all that, but just when it's over, it's over. Yeah. If you in love with this, don't worry, you'll be back. So the whole thing is how to control and manipulate what? And by using the what? 10 virtues. Remember that lesson I just gave you? 10 virtues. Therefore, you will become the instrument through which karma or maya operates. You set the tone. Right from wrong, your choice. Granted, there are events which affect us that are which outside our ability to control. Those are adverse situations. Those are things that we don't control. I tell you, I don't control the situations. I just control me in those situations. That's what self-mastery is able to do. Whatever come may, I'm going to handle myself accordingly. Simple as that. Good, bad, or indifferent don't make a difference. Okay? That's control. But how often we are what? Influenced by them is determined by our own actions. You know that? That's what karma means. Oh, you said this. This is yours. Karma bring you your luggage at Judgment Day. All the little stuff that you thought nobody knew about, all the stuff that you thought you got away with, karma brings that down. Oh no, we got records. Here's the receipts right here. Bam! Heavy heart. Party's over. Sneaky and deceitful people will never pass Judgment Day. Whether we are in the right place at the right time is only determined by our own desires to go through some place or do certain things. Put yourself in position. If you're in a bad neighborhood, what you doing there? What's your intentions? What's your purpose? See, those are things that people tend to overlook. Well, oh, he got robbed. Where he got robbed? He's in a hotel. What the hell he doing in a hotel? See, now you're starting to put pieces together. Nighttime play police, but that's current events. So that's karma. Don't give a damn about that. She already got it already figured out. Okay, this is yours. You did this. You're responsible. But watch this. So there is no such thing as chance. Gambling is a game of chance. Yeah, okay, but it just said there's no such thing as chance. So if you're a gambler, I just gave you that lesson too. Y'all ain't gonna like that. You're a loser. Why? Chance is for losers. Taking a chance means you're a loser. Okay? You're larcenous. Why? You want something for nothing. You want more than what you got. If I got $1,000, I'm gonna bet $1,000 against your $1,000 or something so I can get your $1,000. I don't gamble. If I got $1,000, I got $1,000. Moving on, that's just my concept. So what they're trying to tell you is coincidence or accidents in the universe. There's no such thing as chance, coincidence, or accidents in the universe, ruled by this law of what we call divine order. Cause and effect. Whatever you do, your cause is going to be an effect of what you will get in return. It's been that way. That's not man's law, it's God's law. But what has been commonly referred to as what we know the Egyptians preoccupation with death. No, we understood. Again, we understood that this is temporary. After this is eternal. If you make it there, that's what their goal was, to get there from here, to get there, what? To live right, do right, and pass the judgment day at time of death. To see if your heart and your mind became one and is light enough to go into the next level, go back home to the maker. If your heart ain't purified, your mind ain't conscious, you ain't going nowhere. I'm stuck right here in the matrix. But in fact, it's a profound preoccupation with life, eternal. That's the difference. They knew the afterlife, after death, there was eternal life for them. That's what they believed. That's what they lived for. That's what they lived for 3,000 of years in their own harmonious way for 3,000 years. And nobody ever achieved that since. But their writings, which they left in stone, were mistakenly referred to, or not just writings, but the books that they did, they taught to God, as the Book of Dead. Because they got it from people's graves. They was grave robbers, tomb robbers, whatever. Go dig up a bunch of white people, famous white people, and see what they do. They have a fit. But they did it all over Egypt. But the people of Kemet originally called them the Book of Coming Forth by Day. The afterlife was the daylight, going into the next life. This life is darkness. Why? Because y'all run around still and not know who the hell you are. So this is the dumb place, which also was the essence of what? The book of life. Misinterpretation, misunderstanding of how we live. They were occupied with death. They loved death. No, we understood death. Y'all occupied with it from an ignorant perspective. Y'all fear death. We don't have fear of death. Fear is what? False evidence appearing real. Y'all let something give you a false sense of security in your fear. That's what it is. not knowing. If you're a believer, you have fear. The writings that they used were called Medunetta. The Greeks called it hieroglyphs. But they were considered the original writings from Medunetta was considered the word of the principles of creation from God. And they expressed a profound understanding of the reality that what one thinks, what one speaks, what one does, one becomes. As he thinketh, so he is. All that they knew, all these profound statements that we use today, they had all that already figured out. Okay? Understand that as a people. Not just one few people. No, everybody knew that. Again, across the board. Okay? I have often been asked the question, what happens to the people? What happened to the people of Kemet? For the umpteenth time, the obvious answer is they lost their history and they died out. No, they was conquered, taken over, okay, and put in position where they wasn't needed no more. They wasn't the top dog no more. Okay, so they went to what they call obscurity. Now they just myths. They just stories that we could tell about them. But at one time they was king of king, creme de la creme. Like the United States bragging about how we number one, but y'all falling. Y'all ain't been in but 200 years. Y'all still falling apart already. Y'all ain't made 1,000 yet, and ain't got nowhere near being what good. Moving on, great as I claim, make America great again. America ain't never been great until maybe before the white man got here. America ain't never been great. Wherever he go, ain't greatness. He don't bring greatness with him. He's a destructive force. Moving on, where we at? Now, wrapping it up. Again, appreciate you tuning in. This is a lesson about karma. I'm just trying to interject some philosophical points of view for mine. In the same way, we all got a definition of point of view, but some of this stuff is just on point. You can't argue facts. Let's go. So, but the history of the spirit of Kemet in the Nile Valley is still very much alive. What? In the teachings. The teachings never died. Okay? It is being rediscovered. People like myself. I've been in Egypt for the last 20 years now. Over 30 years I've been in Egypt. I ain't left. Why? I'm still got information that I'm teaching from the Egyptian perspective. Why? It's information that we need. And we're in the information age, so I'm right on point. I didn't know that 20 years ago, but I know now. And watch this. It's being rediscovered and by hundreds of people every day. I ain't get that many views of the day, but I'm putting them out there. I'm getting them. All right, doing it my way. But it is my personal hope. Okay, now I'm Martin Luther. I have a dream and my desire and my mission for all people that I can to get to understand that it is only through daily study and daily application of the knowledge, aka our history, that you will be given the tools which will be able to help you build what? Eternity. Knowledge of self. When death of the physical body, that consciousness goes on for eternity. And without knowledge of self, you being ignorant of self, you can't leave this physical realm. The body will die, the conscious will die, the spirit will come on and do it again. That's the concept. That's the lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. And guess what? That's the book. I got a good new book, y'all. Let me reach over here and see what I got. Thank you, my man. Nile Valley Contributions to Civilization. Anthony Brown, I appreciate you. I hope the people who got the lesson appreciate you. But you go into the files. Y'all familiar with her? I think I might bring this out for y'all. Some more information. Ancient Egyptian philosophy for self-realization, aka self-mastery. This is your girl, Isis. Okay, she's the strongest of all the magic. She knew all the knowledge. She obtained it by getting Ra's real name. Let's go. Right things. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'm about to bring a new book for you coming up. And in closing, may all my right thinkers let it be 100. Me, 100 minus a day. So I know that my right thinkers who now know the definition of karma have passed away. Be careful in what you do. It always come back to you. When you do what's right, you get blessed. Trust me. I'm out.